videos is what I do. And in this video, ladies and gents, it's going to be the same as what I heard before. Just a bit of an update. My mum's next door neighbours who are victimising and bullying the disabled community, more towards that disabled drivers and their neighbours. For instance, my mum's mobility isn't that great. Mine's not that great either. So I have to really use the car, right? And when the podcasts, I drive podcasts from outside my mum's house because they don't like people parking outside their house. When it's actually first come, first serve. Anyone can park along this street, right? When they're going to visit their family or their relatives or a friend, anyone can park along this street, right? But they thinking because I don't live down the street, I have no right parking down here, right? They then said they pulled up. Every time they see my car, they take photographs of my car, thinking, that's going to scare me from parking here, right? I mean, no, it's not going to scare me from parking here, right? It's not going to scare me from parking here. I am got in my rights to park here, right? But this time I've been taken unwell, right? I've been taken unwell, and now I've asked my support workers if they can come down and pick my car up because I can't. I feel unwell and don't feel safe to drive because of my health conditions are flared up, right? So I've got my support workers to come and pick my car up. I've already got the car key ready for them to pick the car up for me. I'll put something in the boot of the car to dispose of for my mum, on behalf of my mum. So that's why that's been. That's one reason why I bought the car. The second reason I bought the car is because I've got to come down to be here for my mum's gardener because of my mum's health conditions. She can't do her own gardening. My health conditions, I can't always do my garden or my mum's. Right? So my mum hired a gardener to do her garden. Right? But I then also have to come down and be able to park outside my mum's gate. All her rest of the neighbours knows, but mine and my mum's health conditions, and leave that space outside the gate clear, right? But they don't. That's the thing that the country, the world, or the town owes them something. When we know the town don't. The town doesn't own anything, right? They're just thinking they get the right to park outside other people's houses, but they don't. But no one else has the right to park outside theirs, right? They don't have it. The world doesn't evolve around them, right? It doesn't evolve around them. It'd be nice if the world revolved around us, but it don't. It don't evolve around us. So we have to make. We have to be friendly towards everybody and look after, help and look after and respect everyone, right? The rest of the neighbours here in this street help and support everyone. For instance, the next door, the couple that lives opposite my mum, right? They bring my mum's really been in and out for her, right? And other people's really been in and out, so to help and support them, each other, right? It's really like a close community. But then you've got this one family living this side of my mum, the left side, and they're really, and I mean really, not nice. They're ignorant. They keep saying, I know my rights, but so do we. So does the community, right? No one likes them, but there's nothing they can do because the police's hands are tied. Right? The police are doing everything they can, but their hands are tied. So they found the police on me because I parked outside their house today because I couldn't get outside my mum's gate, and I need to get close to that gate because of my own health conditions, and also I've got to put some stuff in the boot of my mum's of my car from my mum's front garden to dispose of it. Right? That's that. And be here for my mum's gardener and the thingy, right? the what do they call it? The delivery, the Amazon delivery. Because my mum can't always get out, when she needs to get that something like toffee nut latte, because she can't get out the house, she orders it. Right? If I have conditions play me up and I can't do it, right, then I order it for her off my Amazon account because I've got Amazon Prime and it's cheaper, right? So I do that if I can't get out myself, and I'll order it, and it's just to subscribe and save, so I'm saving money at the same time as ordering it. So it's, how can I put it? It's like annoying, literally annoying, how these people here, they know that the road down here, anyone can park down here. They go and see their friends, their families, or if someone's parking down here and then popping into town, it's allowed to. They're allowed to do that, right? But they don't like it if people park outside their house to take photographs, right? They are bullies, and especially the bullying the people of the disabled community, disabled drivers. And this is events. It's an event to bully and to victimize against people of the disabled community, disabled drivers. It is an event, right? Another thing that's an event is if you park on the path, right? If you park on the path, they're also causing a hazard, which is, again, is highly illegal because cars are not supposed to park on the path. They're supposed to park on the road with that much gap between their tires and the curb, right? Just think it this way: when you're taking driving lessons and taking a driving test, if you touch or mount the curb, it's a fail, right? Well, these people are not just touching the curb, right? They're on the curb, they're on the path, right? The test examiner and the driving instructors say, hey, tell you this: if you touch the curb or mount the curb, it's an offence. It's against the rules, right? The road rules, right? And people are still doing it. And then these people are not just parking on the path, on the path a little bit, they're way on the path. And then that's not only it. They mount the curb, drive along the path, and then come to a standstill where they want to park. Right? The Cambridge councils, the Suffolk councils, the Peterborough council, and all the other councils around the UK all put out or painted on the road disabled parking bay, right? But the King's Lynn Council don't do that, right? But what the apparently do is, if the person who lives in a property needs off-road parking, if they make the driveway and then pay out to get the curb dropped and a distended H-bar, right, painted on the road, all this is at the resident's expense, right? So if the resident is classed disabled, like actually my mum is as well. My mum is also classed disabled because of her health conditions, right? And I am. So how can my mum be made having to pay for this extended H-bar and the curb to be dropped and then for her front garden into off-road parking when she doesn't have much money herself because she can't work? She's now off retirement age, so she can't work even because she was retired and that, and she can't work because she's classed as disabled, right? So how can she afford? How can they expect my mum to afford all this money? Because it's not just like a couple £100. It's more steeper than that. It's a lot of money. Literally, it's a lot of money. It is disgusting. So for King's Lynn Council to stop painting, what do they call it? To stop painting, what's it called? Disabled bays on the front garden, on the road outside people's houses. Right? It's disgusting, right? Luckily, when I was at my house, I've actually got a driveway, so I don't need to park on the road. When I'm at home, I can park on my driveway. But when I'm at my mum's house, I have to park on the road because she doesn't have a driveway. And my mum can't afford to make a front garden, make a driveway in their garden. Right? The next door neighbours in question, who lives on the left side of my mum, right? They actually park there. They've got 2 cars. They've got a Skoda Estate and a 3-door silver Vauxhall Corsa, and they park the Vauxhall Corsa on the front garden a lot of the time, right? So why are they parking? Why they keep wanting to start rubbish, start arguments, right? If they can park, if she can literally park her car on the driveway, on the front garden, on their garden, right? Why don't they continue doing that, right? They take photographs. They take photographs of my car just because I'm parked outside my mum's house, outside my mum's gate. And just today, because I couldn't get outside my mum's house, I parked outside their house. They don't like it. They phoned the police on me. But it is literally disgusting how they think that this town in King's Lynn, right, owes it to them to give them their right, they're all their own way. But no, they don't get their own way. They don't get their way. Like today, when they phoned the police on me, right, the police came up, they started speaking and telling them what's the word? There were all the ways, what they thought happened, their side of the story. But the police didn't want to know anything because they know I've done nothing wrong. I'm parking on the road with like millimeters, with like a gap between between the gap between my tires and the curb, right? So I'm not breaking no laws. I parked outside because I can't park outside my mum's house. I parked outside theirs. I'm breaking no laws. Anyone can park down here. So they phoned the police. The police then told them straight that they'd done nothing wrong. And then they're losing their temper with the police. They're both losing their temper with the police. Literally just losing their temper. And it's disgusting. And my head feels like it's going to explode. Feels lightheaded. And every time I need to keep getting up to exercise because of if I sit down, I will seize up. Right? I'm moving around. As you see, I started off sitting down, don't I? Right? But if I'm sitting down all the time, I get really tight, really stiff. So I had to keep getting up and moving along. And it's really, really annoying. I can't walk that far. I can only walk really around. If I live in the close I live, I can walk around the close, fine. Right? I can walk around my home. I can walk around my mum's home. But I can't walk that far. My mum can't walk that far, so I have to use the car. Right? It's literally disgusting. My health conditions haven't got better. In fact, they've got worse. Right? I have hydrocephalus, autism, 7q11.23 duplication syndrome, which is a chromosome defect. If you Google 7q11.23 duplication syndrome, it will come up. Right? Even if you Google 7q11.23, right, it will come up, right, and it will be there. That is what I've got, right. If you Google hydrocephalus, right, it will come up. That's what I've got, right. If you Google autism, that's what I've got. It will come up, right. So I got all these health conditions. I'm also deaf, right, but the deafness don't stop me from what's it called, walking or driving. That's just my level of hearing. Right? I know that. Right? But all my other health conditions affects me big time. Right? I know I'm a qualified. I'm entitled to high mobility to get a high mobility car, but I don't necessarily want to take unnecessary money off of the state right? Unless I have to. I mean, unless I have to. But I only take what I need. I would only take what I need to live on because I can't work. I literally can't work. Right? So I'll take what I can. I'm not one of those people which just take. There's a lot of people like that just think, oh, get this, get that, get this, get that. And they're not entitled to it. When I am, and I choose not to, I choose to only take what I need to live on comfortably, if you know what I mean. So there is that. But I'm entitled to have my mobility and to get a mobility car, but I own my car. I own my Ford Fiesta. My Ford Fiesta car. I own it. Right? This couple, they both drive, and I must say, quite shockingly, right? I've seen them drive. Right? I've seen them how they do, and even the woman has dents in her Corsa, her silver 3-door Corsa, and her car is automatic. Right? Her car's automatic, and she can't even drive down automatic. Right? She can't even park straight. She has to mount the curb and drive along the path on the right. And come to a standstill where she wants to park outside my mum's gate a lot of the time. But she can literally reverse her little 3-door Corsa onto the front garden, right? And then she moans when the police get called, right? And this time they called the police themselves, but the police didn't want to do nothing about it because I'm not breaking no laws. In fact, I'm definitely not breaking no laws. I'm parked on the path, but that much on the path, away from the path. I'm parked off the path, but that much. There's a gap between my tyres and the curb where they are parked. The curb, right, that much on the curb, on the path, that much, right? And then it's like today, it's really been day. So they've really been on that path, right? So how's the how can people in wheelchairs and pushchairs get through? They can't. They have to leave the path to go onto the road to get past these vehicles, right? These two vehicles, because they're causing a hazard. They're causing a hazard. They're causing danger because they're parking on the path. It is illegal. Google it. Google, is it legal to park with even two wheels on the path? Right? And the answer is it is illegal to park even two wheels on the path. It's illegal. Right? And if you, like I said before, I'm saying it now again. If you're taking driving lessons and driving tests, your driving instructor was saying if you hit the curb or mount the curb, it's a fail. I wonder why instructors will say if you hit the curb or mount the curb, it's a fail. Right? It's wrong because it's legal. Right? And if you're taking driving test, right? And your examiner said if you hit the curb in front of the examiner, and he will fail you because it's not that's not a minor, that's a serious fault. That's a serious fault, serious driving fault, right? So, and the driving examiners are not looking. They're not teaching. The driving instructors and driving examiners. They don't teach you to drive. They teach you how to pass your driving test, right? And all the driving examiners looking for is safe driving. So if you mount the curb, that is not safe driving. That is driving without due care and attention, right? And the police, if they wanted to, they can book you for it, right? They can literally book you for it. They can charge you. They can fine you for parking on the path if they really want to, right? But they don't because a lot of time they don't because it's too much paperwork, right, to even do that. But it's illegal. It's big time illegal. So, yeah, it's a bit of a rant here, but you know me. If I got something if I got a bee in my bonnet, I will speak up. Either on TikTok or on YouTube, or maybe my Facebook page, I will speak up. So, and I've been taken since I've been here at my mum's house, waiting for my mum's gardener and my mum's home delivery from Amazon delivery. I've taken not well. Like I said, my head feels like it's going to explode. It's like both sides. It's like it's like it's going to explode because it's been put into like a vice, and that vice has been tightened up and tightened up and tightened up, and it's horrible. It's literally horrible. If you have hydrocephalus yourselves, or if you know someone who's got hydrocephalus, if you ask them what the main problem, what main problem you have with the hydrocephalus, the most probably saying that sometimes it makes your head feel like it's going to explode, like it's been placed in a vice and then tightened up and tightened up and tightened up to the expect that your head's going to explode. Right? It's not nice. If you're working in a workshop and you accidentally drop your finger, right, in a vice, it hurts, yeah? Well, that's how my head feels at the moment. Right? That's how my head feels. It hurts because it feels like it's been pressurized. And I've got two shunts. I've got a shunt here. It's a rebreakable shunt. I've got a shunt here. This shunt here is intermittently working, right? And I can't take it out because the tissues are grown over inside it, over the top of it, right? Because these shunts have been installed into the brain ventricle, right? And they're designed to take the brain fluid, the extra brain fluid, from the brain down to my abdomen, where it's disposed of the normal way, right? And sometimes, right, the shunt gets brain tissues throughout years. Brain tissue gets goes over the top of the shunt, and it causes havoc. It upsets the person who has it. Right, and sometimes even the shunt disconnects. Right, this my old shunt, it's like this one here. Before I had this one, right, the old shunt it was just like this one, right. That disconnected, right, and made a direct pathway to come out of my ear. As you can see, I'm deaf. I don't know what caused me to go deaf. I don't know. Maybe because I had fluid come up my ear here, I don't know. Or maybe because of music, because I used to help a friend. Well, I did used to work. My health condition just got worse. I now can't work. Right? And I don't know. I've had a shower today. I've had a wash. Right? And it looks like my skin looks filthy. It don't look good. Right? I don't know what's going on here. Right? My head feels ill. It literally feels ill. I don't feel good at all. I really don't. I really don't feel good. And my head, and this is back. My head feels really unwell. So having these neighbours next door to my mum, this couple lives next door to my mum, that is starting on the disabled community, bullying them, taking photographs of their cars. Is any advice that you guys can give me? And I know there's two of you here, so can you please, if you guys got any advice I can take on? Any advice? We have contacted the police. They've contacted me today. We do normally because the way they treat us. I feel even because the way they treated me today, I've even contacted their landlord. Their landlord is Saffron Housing. Saffron Housing. In Norfolk, King's Lynn. And I've reported them. I put a complaint in against them for the way they treated me. Do I look okay to you? Do I look okay? Do I look like I'm not feeling great? My head feels numb. I am not wanting to get behind the wheel of my motor vehicle, my car, because I've been taken ill since I've been here. And this has really, really upset me. It's not really upset me. It's upset me. It's upset me because they think they can get away with it. I I'm not saying their full address because I don't want people to come here to the street and then cause them crap. I still cause them trouble because I'm not like that. So, but I'll give where my mother is, right, in this street, the people that lives at number 71. That's all I say is a door number. Right? I'm not saying the road street. There's no the number of the road, the name of the street. I'm not giving you anything else than the door number. Right? So it's disgusting. Literally, it's disgusting how they can get away with treating people with crap. Treat people like crap, and nothing happens. Nothing gets done. Right? So I'm hoping they get a serious letter from their landlord, because their landlord is now going to send them a letter to their front door through to them, telling them that they don't have to own the street, and they've got to sort of wind their neck in a bit because they don't own the street. Anyone can park down that street. Right? Like I said before, it's first come, first serve. Anyone can park down this street. You can park down this street to see friends and family who lives down here, and you can park in front of anybody's house. Right? You can even park here and go to the local shop or go to the local park. Right? There's nothing stopping you. Right? But no one would do that. Go parking in the street. It's like a mile or a couple of miles down away from the town. Right? Or to the local park. Or park nearer to the park, or nearer to town, or in town. Right? And the local shops here, they all have car parks. They wouldn't park in there anyway. But if they didn't have car parks, they still wouldn't park in the street that's too far away from where they want to go anyway. You know what I mean? There's no parking restrictions in this street. There's no traffic calming. And people speed down this street. They use this street as a racetrack. And then there's kids that play out here. There's children that play out in the street. Right? In fact, there was a little boy that got hit by a cyclist, right? Because the cyclist was going a bit too fast, riding a bit erratically, right? And this little boy ran out in front of him. The little boy was only like a small little boy, little boy, and he got hit by the cyclist, and then ended up got airlifted to hospital, and he was in this serious way because the cyclist hit him, right? And I've sat in my car in the past, and I've seen vehicles driving down the road at speed. Right? And this impact, with the force of the speed of that vehicle, it actually shook my car, big time shook my car, and I thought, wow, that car was bombing it. It was going fast. It was bombing it along that road, and there's a massive bend at the bottom, right, of the top part. This road, it goes around like a horseshoe, right? And at the end, if you turn left at my mum's house here, if you turn right, turn left, and there's a massive walk down. There's a massive bend, right? And then these cars come down at speed and have to sort of slam the brakes on the car that's slowed down quicker enough to take that bend. It's like, what's the point? They need to put traffic calming in the road, right? To calm these cars down, right? They need to have traffic calming, or something like sleeping policemen, or bits of path, shutting that into the road to sort of calm people down. But they don't. They need to put WLOs on the road, or signs up say "Do not park on the road." You know what I mean? Or on the path. No parking on the path, sort of thing, to tell people no parking on the path, because it's causing a hazard. It's making people who are pedestrians. Oh, I've got to make a move. My mum's garden is now here. Okay, so take care, ladies and gents. Take care. Bye bye.